Hi, I'm Melissa DePinto, and you're listening to Reinventing J School, a podcast about innovation in journalism higher education.
Is it good to be first with an idea? Is that innovation? Is that being ahead of the game, or is actually being later beneficial in some ways?
That's Jeremy Kaplan. He's the Director of Education for the Townite Center for Entrepreneurial Journalism at CUNY's Graduate School of Journalism in New York City. On August 1st, educators, journalists, and innovators gathered at the school to discuss innovation during a first-of-its-kind event at CUNY, a book club. The group discussed takeaways from Adam Grant's book, Originals, which used stories spanning business, politics, sports, and entertainment to explore how to recognize a good idea, speak up at the right time, manage fear and doubt, and much more.
Pioneers were much more likely to fail than the settlers. And
like he said, Mark Zuckerberg had to have, Friendster and all that other stuff fail first for the idea of social networking to be even something you want to do.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. And for Warby Parker, they needed to have Amazon and Zappos.
I think you can look at Uber and Lyft, and even when there is like a massive amount of network effects, for example, Uber, you can have someone like Lyft who is able to just see all the inefficiencies that Uber has and basically just offer a more competitive from a pricing standpoint.
The book club conversation stirred up lots of great ideas. Next, you'll hear from 3 educators about what innovation means to them. First, let's hear from Ruben Stern, the director of the University of Missouri's New York City program. He talks about the balance between teaching journalism and looking ahead.
In terms of what innovation means as an educator, it means teaching people to not succumb to limitations, right? Embracing whatever is possible and pursuing some exploration of that and figuring out if there's something that would be useful in there. Along the lines of what our mission is. So if our mission is to keep people informed and enable them to engage in a democracy, then, ideally we'd be open to any possible way we could do that. Or, if building community is part of our goal as journalists, we ought to be looking at every possible way that we can use the available tools at our disposal to do that. So that's what innovation means to me, is finding new and creative ways to further our mission as journalists using whatever is out there. And creating new things that would help us do those jobs as well.
Right. Next, we'll hear from an entrepreneurial professor from Athens, Greece, who is spending time working with and learning from the entrepreneurial program at CUNY.
My name is Betty Tsakarestou. I'm an assistant professor and head of Entrepreneur Lab in Athens, Greece. And the last 2 years, I'm focusing on entrepreneurial journalism. So here at CUNY J School, I come as a visiting researcher on a sabbatical and working with Jeremy Kaplan and, of course, all people around about what are the new startup journalistic media and ventures. And my focus is what are the new questions and the real problems we are trying to solve, and through that, what might be the future or the futures for innovating journalism. I think one thing that is really important to me is the element of curiosity. I think that people can start thinking and acting in a more original way as long as we cultivate and encourage a spirit of curiosity. Because through that spirit is then that we can become more open to more ideas. We can give a permission to ourselves to think openly, but also to be receptive to other people's ideas.
Finally, we'll hear from a tech evangelist who is currently loving all things VR.
Matt McVeigh. I work on 2 main things at the CUNY Graduate School of Journalism. The first is sort of organizing different workshops and other initiatives around immersive storytelling with virtual reality and other sort of emerging immersive technology like augmented reality. And then I also work with the Townite Center for Entrepreneurial Journalism here, sort of coordinating events and helping with other stuff like that. Sort of just the changing needs of what you need to be teaching, or sort of what is the crucial topic of this moment, you know, or the sort of framework that's going to be the most useful to students. So I think in that way you just have to be keeping up with in like what's going on in different industries or in sort of the wider world, and how you can kind of incorporate that into like prioritizing what you're actually teaching people.
That's all the time we have for today. Join us for our next Reinventing J School podcast, and be sure to check out our page at bit.ly/reinventingjschool. That's bit.ly/reinventingjschool. Thanks for listening. Bye.